A common question I get is, how can I maximize my reboot for weight loss? Well, I've learned over the last 25 years coaching people that there are a few important things you can do to really ramp up the weight loss. I've got two suggestions for you right off for how to ramp up your weight loss with Reboot. The first one is that you really pay attention to how much garbage you're taking out. If you have not seen results yet on excess weight within the first week or 2 weeks, if you just haven't even lost a pound, then take a careful look at how much garbage is going out. You'd be amazed. I have been amazed over the years at how consistently someone who wants to lose some weight really isn't cooking that much. So even if you need to take a little bit of a vegetable laxative, it's really a key to particularly conditions of fatigue and conditions of hanging on to excess weight. Just increase the output of garbage and you'll start to see more of those calories exiting your body without having to absorb them all. The second suggestion I have, and this is really powerful, although avoiding the 5 allergenic foods is all that's required for the Reboot diet, we're avoiding sugar, added sugar, dairy, wheat, corn, and soy. What you can do in addition to that to expedite the shedding of weight is to take a careful look at the carbs that you're eating. A lot of the recipes that you might be using will have rice. Rice is allowed, but it's very high in carbohydrate. 1 cup of rice, for example, is between 40 and 45 grams of carbohydrate, just 1 cup of cooked rice. Similar to a potato, if you eat a white russet potato, that's about 30 to 35 grams of carb, depending on the size of a medium potato. And if you substitute for those instead, cauliflower is a brilliant substitute for potato. It also makes a good substitute for rice. We have grated up cauliflower in order to give kind of a rice consistency and then just pan fry that in a little bit of olive oil. It's brilliant. The carbs in cauliflower are going to be around 10 grams per cup versus 40 to 45 grams per cup of rice. See how the natural sugars in those two foods are going to be, it's just going to be such a world of difference for you. So try substituting for potatoes, use cauliflower. You might also try, we tried some parsnips and that worked out great in a soup in place of white potato. You also might really love having pasta. Instead of finding a gluten-free pasta, you could use spiralized yellow squash. It's delicious when you pan fry it with a little olive oil. So take a careful look at carb count and just find some creative ways of cutting back on those. For example, if you have a choice of a breakfast cereal, maybe you're having steamed buckwheat or you're having steel cut oats. Those are still really high in carb, even though they are not the allergenic foods that we're trying to avoid. So you might choose instead to have an egg scramble with veggies in it for breakfast. It's much higher in protein, but way lower in carbohydrate. You're gonna get further faster if you're limiting the carbs.